All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Rockets content on this channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. So, Summer League is actually officially over, but the Houston Rockets finished our games, and I have our stats from all three of our first-round draft picks this season. We got Jabari. We'll go one by one, actually. Let's go one by one. We'll start it off. We'll just go on the draft order. Jabari had a brutal first half to the first game. Second half comes along, starts getting a little bit more comfortable, starts getting a little bit more acclimated. We only saw improvements from Jabari after game one. But here were his stats in the Summer League. 14.4 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.8 blocks. So that's a combined 3+ of steals and blocks. So you love that, especially considering the Rockets defense recently. Also, guys, real quick, I want to have this disclaimer here because I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm down bad, bro. I'm down bad right now. I don't really know what's going on. I hope it's not a cold. It feels like a cold. But anyways, sorry about that. I just feel off, and I just want to say that in case you're thinking this video kind of feels a little differently, because I know I do already immediately. Jabari shot 39% from the field, 34% from downtown, and 75% from the free throw line. So considering this guy, what did he shoot? What was it, 47% from downtown on catch and shoot threes last year at Auburn. He shot 40% from downtown in general. These are guys, none of these guys except Tari and TyTy, right? Jabari and TyTy are going to be, Tari and TyTy are the only two guys that I can think of off the top of my head that he would even be playing with at any point next season. Maybe Daishen Nix. We'll talk about that in a second, though. I have a hard time believing Daishen will make it. But Jabari, the 39-34, the first two games really, put a damper in it. I guess altogether, you got to remember this, man. These are guys who are 19 years old. It's crazy to me, bro. I mean, this guy's almost 4 years younger than me. It's just genuinely crazy. And they are playing on, I know they, March Madness, SEC tournaments, your division tournaments, or conference tournament, I should say. I know these guys have played at big stages, but there's just something about having all these media guys on you, and in today's day and age, I have a feeling that a lot of these guys are probably on their phones too much to begin with. And when you do well and when stuff's going well, you kind of want to see what people are saying about you. And so you got to be thinking, you don't want the guy with the wrong mentality. I don't want a Ben Simmons. So I think the fact that, here's what I got from Jabari. The shooting, don't worry about the shooting at all. I don't want a guy like Ben Simmons who, if he sees shit about him on social media, he looks like he crumbles under pressure. What Jabari did is he said, yeah, I saw the rumblings. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm very pissed off. I need to go out there and prove it. I need to prove it. So that's what I want. I want these young players. I want my young players on my basketball team, on the Houston Rockets, to be just up for the challenge. And I think that's what we got with all three of our players. I forget who tweeted it, but someone brought up a great point yesterday saying, people are, Rocket fans are, or I don't even think it's Rocket fans. Some Rocket fans or NBA fans are making fun of the Rockets for picking Jabari Smith Jr. and not Paolo. And it's bro, they didn't even have that option. F off. So Jabari, I think Summer League, this is totally fine, guys. Keep in mind, there were cats like Trae Young suffered at Summer League. And look at Trae Young now. He's 23 years old. He's one of the best players in the entire NBA. This was just a couple of years ago. So don't put too much stock into it for the good or for the bad. But I thought Jabari, especially defensively, I really loved what I saw. He showed me a little offensive versatility. Showed me that he can dribble the ball a little bit. He can play make a little bit. And, yeah, I just think really my big takeaway with Jabari is that he suffered in game one. There was a lot of people talking shit about him. game two. Even though he wasn't the most efficient game two, he had a much better night, shot with a lot more confidence, and never stopped taking shots. And that confidence directly carried over into game three when he had a very efficient night. So I love Jabari. I would give him, I don't really want to grade these guys, but I guess if I had to think one off the top of my head, what would you guys, everyone drop what you would grade the three rookies on a one or maybe a grade scale. I would probably give Jabari A minus. I think an A minus is pretty good. I could actually definitely understand like a B or a B plus though, just as far as efficiency goes. Tari Eason, all right. Tari Eason, like, I wonder who G League MVP is going to be. I wonder if Tari is like in the mix or whatever. 17.2 points per game, 10.4 rebounds. To my knowledge, he led all Summer League players in rebounding. 1.6 assists, 1.8 steals, and a block. So that's another one of those. We're getting almost to 3 combined defensive stats. Just like Jabari, these guys are going to be, what did they call them? The lean towers or the tall? No. I can't remember what the nicknames are calling Jabari and Tari. I've seen Jatari. I like Jatari the most. But we need to find some great nickname. It might be Jatari. 46% from the field, 34% from downtown, and 79% from the free throw line. These are all money stats. Tari, his energy, he was efficient. Sometimes he'd get a little loose, but he plays with a lot of passion. He plays with a lot of grit. I feel like he reminds me very similarly of Jae'Sean Tate. Like if Jae'Sean Tate had Tari Eason's athletic ability and had his build, I guess is what I'm trying to say here, that's just who he reminds me of. Like, this is just a hustler. This is a guy who is willing to do the nitty-gritty. He had a lot of great games with a lot of great offensive rebounds. There were games where he corralled defensive rebounds. You had no idea what was going on. He seems like a very high IQ basketball player where he was in the right place at the right time a lot of the offensive possessions, where he'd get these offensive boards or he'd get these putbacks or he'd get these alley-oops to start the game or in the middle of the game. Like, he just knows where he should be. He knows where to be to set himself up and to set his teammates up. He is phenomenal in transition. That's where, in my opinion, you see most of Tari Eason's offensive ability is in transition. And shooting 34% from downtown, I view that almost identical to what he will shoot in the NBA this upcoming season. And if he does that, I would not be surprised if we're looking at Tari Eason stats next year thinking, at the end of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if Tari Eason goes, my way too early prediction will be, I'm going to go 15 points per game, and I'm going to go 7 rebounds, and I'll go like maybe 2 assists, steal and a half, and a block. Pretty solid. So I'm very excited, very hopeful for Tari Eason. And then TyTy, I think, I don't know, man, because TyTy's stats aren't anything crazy. 9.4 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 1.2 steals. He only shot 36% from the field, 25% from downtown, and 67% from the free throw line. I think that my big thing with TyTy was the offense just moved better. I just think our offense looked better when it was TyTy as opposed to Daishen Nix. I think it ran a lot smoother. And the offense we were getting better looks. He was getting into the lane. He was making the right pass. I just think TyTy was making the right plays at a lot of different times. And I think he should, regardless if Daishen Nix is on the roster or getting valuable minutes, I think TyTy needs to see some type of play next year. And I think it's a given with his Summer League performance. That's it for today, man. I hope you guys all have a great Sunday night. And hit that like button, hit that sub button for me. And I'll catch you guys later. I forgot to grade 2 players. I'll go Jabari Smith Jr. I'll give him A minus. I guess that feels a little biased. We'll give Jabari Smith Jr. a B plus. Tari Eason, I'm going to go ahead and I want to give him an A plus, but is that the bias? Maybe I need to just knock off half a letter grade. So I'll give him an A. I'll give Tari Eason an A. And then TyTy, I'll probably give him a B minus. And I think you could argue C plus because of the shooting splits. So that's it for today. But I am very hopeful. I'm very excited. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.